Hey you guys, and welcome back to another video. I am outside. We are going to do a no-dig flower bed method on the west side of our house over here. We just had a pretty massive storm roll through this morning. Power was knocked out for a while. So I'm just out here checking, making sure there's no debris or anything out back here, because normally when winds are kind of high, the tree kind of loses some things. But then we'll go and show you, or I will go and show you rather, how we do how I'm going to do the no-dig flower bed method. I did this at our previous home. It worked like a charm. I've actually done it here too. Let me show you one of the flower beds real quick that I've done it in, and then we'll get started. All right, you guys, this flower bed right here, let's see if we can go through the gate here. Flower bed right here where my hydrangeas are was done with the no dig method, cardboard method. All I did was put down a layer of cardboard, and then I put a layer of topsoil down on top of that, and then we just mulched on top of it. My husband comes through here and he edges it with the weed eater, pretty much takes care of it. Also, can we talk about my daughter's blowing bubbles? Can we talk about the hydrangea hedges coming together really nicely? I do see ladybugs out here, which
it's good.
There's one right there, which means there must be aphids somewhere around. Also, I'm seeing some holes in my hydrangea leaves, so I'm gonna go ahead and my husband yesterday when he was at Lowe's picked up for me a granule release that I can put around my flower beds to keep things from chewing on my plants, because I have noticed that quite a bit this season since things are becoming a little bit more mature. So I'm going to be putting that out, and probably some sluggo. I need to put some sluggo out as well around my hostas. Fairy Trail Bride hydrangea is just, I mean, she's doing it. She does it all the time. All the time. All right, so let's go back through here
and do some stuff
and see. I might put down some more iron tone as well. Plants are coming together really well. I'm gonna probably clean all this up off of here, just the debris or the old crusted up growth from the iron deficiency. And this is just where the plant is getting, oh my, what is that? It's hidden. Not sure what kind of spider or insect that is, but I'll have to be really careful with that. I've never seen it before, but it definitely sees me. Anyway, I can see that the leaves are getting a little bit of burn on them from being in this location. From this hydrangea, so I'll just have to be mindful of that as well. I don't see, it doesn't look like there are any limbs down. This bed's just filling in like crazy with all of the rain that we've been getting lately. Let me go check out my ferns that we just planted in a previous video, but all the hostas are just like, they got their leaves up. Everything's looking good. Oh, my Vitex is putting on buds. My Paul's Glory hosta that we just planted. And all of the ferns. So that one perked up. And they're all looking pretty decent down here. Sometimes, even though we do have like a very massive amount of rain, I still like to come down here and check, because I just want to make sure that everything's doing what it's supposed to be doing. Because I'm pretty positive that thing's just gone, which is fine. I can put another plant right there in its place. But yeah, I think that hellebore bit the dust. All right, so everything's pretty perky. Everything's very perky right now. So we're gonna go up front and let me show you guys. Ooh, and the golfers are out. Anyway, I don't know what's going on. You guys remember, I just filmed this probably not even a couple of weeks ago. And this one was looking just as beautiful as that one. And this is what happens here with us with heuchera. As much as I love them, they're just not very practical and they're not very reliable here. So I'm not really sure what the deal is, but anyway, these two will probably have to go, but I have several in the front that I can replace. But anytime I put heuchera right here, they just don't do very well. So it may just be that I have to plant something else down here in its place and just forego the heuchera being down here. All right, so let's go up front and I will show you guys where we're going to do the no-dig flower bed. All right, so this is kind of the front and the side of the house. Right here, we already have a flower bed established. I kind of want to bump it out just a little bit. I want to bring this whole entire flower bed out. Probably about 3 more feet. So it'll swoop from here. It'll kind of bump out right around in here. And then it's going to go all the way down, right along in here. And then we're going to do another curve out and around. Now I thought about doing a curve like that, but that's not how I want the walkway to look. And so we're going to swoop it out, curve it around, and then continue the curve on around to where it meets that curve back there. So it'll go like this, swoop, curve, and then it'll meet that one right in there. So don't think I have enough topsoil to do the entire project today, so I don't think I'm going to have enough to do all of this, but I will have enough to at least start to extend my curve right here, swoop it out and around back in there. So we shall see. If not, Home Depot's right up the street. It's probably about 10 minutes away. I can run to Home Depot, get some more bags of topsoil and mulch, and then we can just continue on. But yeah, so that's what we're going to be working on. So then I'll have all this planting space back here, and then all this right along in here, and right up along in here. So let me give you my thoughts of what I would like to do right here. So I'm thinking some type of a flowering shrub coming right along in here, probably about 3 of them. Right in here, then a window pane planted in front of them, some type of an evergreen. I'm thinking Mont Bruno boxwoods. I have to check my hardiness zones and make sure that they're going to be okay here for us. We might be too warm for them, and it may just be that I have to get a different type of a boxwood, but I really like how petite in stature that those are. I think they get to be roughly like a 3x3, so even if I didn't want to prune on them, they will still be relatively nice in shape and size, and they'll just keep that nice little compact shape. But I'm thinking of some evergreen interest on this side is necessary. I have a variegated hydrangea. It's not here yet, but I do have one that I was thinking of putting right here. Now here's the thing, this side is northwest facing, so it doesn't get a lot of morning sun, but it gets a good amount of evening sun. It's pretty sunny from lunch up until the rest of the day. And I just don't know about the variegated hydrangea. I know that it needs kind of part sun to full shade conditions. So it may be that I save it for the back corner flower bed that I'm going to create back there. But I feel like, hear me out, I feel like if because the flower bed's going to, let me zoom back a little. The flower beds is going to come out. So I feel like if I tuck it back right there, it's kind of protected underneath the porch right here. And then I have planned on planting a tree, some kind of ornamental tree. More than likely it's going to be a Japanese maple because I'm just obsessed with them. So some type of ornamental tree right here. Then along the front, I have the Boom Chocolatas that I just recently purchased. And then I have a grassy texture with the daylily that I purchased as well, the Spider Ruby. And then behind that on the fence line, right back there where those hostas are, I have some Dark Side of the Moon Astilbe, and then those Hudson Bay hostas. I think that's going to be really, really pretty. but I just have to get my shrubs for here, and I've not really settled on exactly what type of a shrub that I want to go right in here. Main thing that I thought of would be my limelight hydrangeas. They get to be roughly about 8 feet tall. Some people say 10, so 8 to 10 feet tall and wide, but the tag says 6 to 8, but I've seen them much larger. So I feel like they would at least come right up above, like right here, probably taller. And then we can start with some more lower shrubs down below it, and then come out with the Mont Bruno boxwoods, or some type of a boxwood, some type of an evergreen structure. I had a couple of plants in mind. One is some abelia. I think abelia is beautiful. I think a distilium is gorgeous as well, and it is evergreen. Also, and if I did distilium, I probably would forfeit the boxwoods, because that would give me my evergreen interest right there. Also, I thought about Deutzia, and what is the other one that I'm forgetting? Weigelia? Yeah, is the other one that I had thought about. So those are my options. And I am trying to look over stats, look over the colors. I also have roses, and I had thought about plopping one of the roses over here. Well, actually, my Bathsheba, I'm going to be planting it right along in here as well. Probably somewhere in here, and let it ramble across this fence line. It gets to be about 12 feet. We have 4 panels. Each one of these panels are 4 feet across, so that's plenty of room for it to crawl on and do its thing. So yeah, we'll see. Also, another project is working on this fence line right in here. We need to I got to figure out what trees and what evergreens that I want to purchase. I'm not sure that's going to be a this year project. It might be a this fall project. It just, honestly, it just depends. But I do know that I want some evergreen interest in here. I don't want one of the same continually running evergreen tree back here. My main reason for that is because I don't want some disease to come through here, wipe out one, and then take out the rest of them, and then I'm forced with having to replace a whole privacy hedge. I'd much rather have a couple of something, one of something else, a nice tree, just a mixed border, if you will, of deciduous and evergreen kind of shrubs. We have that very massive thing right there that I wish I could limb up, but my husband was informing me that it's actually 2 separate shrubs that's grown into one, and we're not quite sure how to go about trying to trim that up. And I've looked in there, and I feel like you probably could, but you have to be very, very specific on it. It does flowers just going out of bloom, and you can see all the bright color is the new growth. It's just very hard to keep trimmed. It's just way too large, in my opinion. I'd much rather have something else right there that I enjoy looking at. This evergreen, I don't know, we'll see. And then that tree right here with the really pretty bark is a crepe myrtle. The rest of these are oaks and tulip poplars and loblolly pines. But anyway, I'm rambling. Let's go ahead and start on the flower bed. Well, it's going to continue all around.
It's getting windy. Oh, no, my lunch. You can't move, you know. I'm not.
All right, you guys. So, like I said, we're going to start bumping the curve out right where that first pot is. So I'm going to go ahead and get the cardboard laid out. I'm probably going to switch angles on you guys in just a second though, because our yard is on a slope. You guys probably can tell from all videos, but that way you can kind of get a better idea of how I want to lay this down. Then I'll probably put it in a pretty fast mode, because nobody really wants to see the whole detail. If you want a fully detailed video, let me know in the comments, and I can do that, because I have quite a few more beds that I have to create using this method. But for right now, what we're going to do is, I got those laid out. I'm going to go get my daylily, place it where I want it. Then I'm going to go ahead and put the cardboard around it, and then we can start to put the topsoil down and start the process of smothering out the grass in that little section right there. And then when my other plants arrive, or when I have more dirt, and it may be that I have enough to do it now. I definitely know I don't have enough mulch. I can go ahead and just extend this section of the bed out a little bit further. But my husband's putting fertilizer down on the grass right now, so I'm not sure he'll be in the mood to go get mulch later. We'll see. It's so bright out here in that sun. The sky is so blue. All right, so it's another day, you guys. It's another day. We had another storm roll through, so I was not able to get out here and finish my mulch. So we're going to do that today. I'm out of breath because I am gardening in real time here. It is probably about 7 o'clock and the sun is completely going away from this side of the house. So the sun typically peaks out over here at about lunchtime and it stays out until around this time. So this area gets quite a bit of sunlight. So this is from where the front of the house starts. So like I said, I want to extend this flower bed out just a little bit, probably about another foot or so that I can incorporate, those are in another video, spoiler alert, but so that I can incorporate the inkberry hollies that I picked up today right along in here. So I'm going to make this a little bit bigger, and you can see, let me pan out. So the swoop will carry from here, swoop around, engulf those, swoop back around and create a curve right along in there, and then it kind of swoops along in here. So I'm going to, I know it doesn't look the neatest, but I have to go grab another bag of mulch so that I can finish like right in here and right along in there. It looks like a lot on camera, but up close, it's honestly like probably 6 inches worth where I need to carry it on around right in there. But yeah, so what I will do is I'll let this sit, and you guys, we've been getting so much rain. True story. Just now when I pulled back the cardboard to plant my beauty berry that I picked up today, it literally was already starting to fall apart. So It works. I tend to wet mine down. A lot of people don't wet their cardboard down for whatever reason. I don't necessarily have to because our climate is so moist that it really doesn't matter much. Nevertheless, I did go ahead and wet it, and then shortly after that we had another storm. Hence why I'm out here gardening in a totally different outfit on a totally different day. I went to the Home Depot to pick up my bags of mulch, and when I came back, we ate dinner. Then I said I was going to run back outside. And the next thing I know, the wind picked up and another storm came through. So I did not get to get back out here that evening. So I came back out here today. So what I did go ahead and get in the ground today were the geraniums. So those are 2 hardy geraniums. I think I mentioned those earlier. If I did not, those are Boom Chocolata. They'll get to be about 2 to 3 feet tall and wide. So I only planted 2. I have 3, but I thought it would be nice to carry the color past the gate, so when you go through the gate you'll have that other pop of color right through there. And then I planted the Ruby Spider right here along the corner, daylily. And back here, you guys, that is, let me get a little bit closer now, hopefully you can see it. That's better. This is a beauty berry. I've been wanting one of these. This is Pearl Glam by Proven Winners, and it'll get roughly about 4 to 5 feet tall and about that wide. And it's hardy zones 5 through 9. So, and it does, let me check that tag, but I'm pretty sure it does like full to part sun conditions. Yeah. Sun, part shade, shade. So I guess all the above. Anyway, I think it's a beautiful shrub, and I hope that it will enjoy its life right here in this corner. The root balls were pretty moist on everything when I planted them, not to mention the ground is still really wet on the inside. Wonderful thing about clay soil is it does retain moisture, so I'm not going to water anything in tonight, but I will come back out here tomorrow and check and see if anything else needs to be watered. But yeah, this is pretty much how it turned out, quick and easy. You can start to plant right away. You can do what I did in the places that I knew that I wanted to plant. I kind of left it open where the grass was, and then I came in around it with the mulch. Or you can do like I did with the beauty berry and pull the cardboard back and go ahead and plant directly into the ground. Push the cardboard back over, and there it is. But it looks so much better over here, and now that's an extra flower bed that I have to plant up. So yeah, I am pleased. It turned out really, really well. So that is probably going to wrap up this video, you guys. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you for stopping by, hanging out with me, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.